Ladies and gentlemen, GME is down, but that's okay. You know why? Because trust the process. My name is Andrew. We don't have Professor Meatball with us today until Wednesday. If you guys had a chance to see the update video from yesterday, you would know that we are making these clips hot and fresh. None of the content on this channel is going to be clipped up anymore. It's going to be custom, original, and we are going to cover not only a comprehensive document of the existence of every market manipulation tactic used by hedge funds in the GameStop saga, but we're also going to talk about why, when you zoom out on this GME chart, you're going to see something pretty darn different. The mother of all wedges. That's right, the mother of all wedges forming right here. And that's the first thing you have to understand about these bullish pennants or wedges, is that they are using this consolidation of the price action to be able to force the people that are bears and bulls, and now with you guys, apes, to decide whether or not they want the price to go skyrocketing. And that is part of trusting the process, because even though the price of the stock is starting to fall, it's starting to fall about 6%, we need that price consolidation to be able to continue this pattern on the daily chart of this mega wedge using the right side of the March gamma squeeze there. You guys are probably recognizing this cup and handle turning into a cup and ladle now. This technical pattern is a continuation of the what we've known all along, which is GameStop being pummeled into the ground. And now that you guys have an understanding of why this could be happening and what part of the mother of all wedges we are currently on, let's dive into exactly what we are going to cover here. The complete compilation documenting the existence of every market manipulation tactic today, Monday, March 10th, 2021. Too long didn't read. To all the shill screaming super stonk is literally QAnon. Here is a complete list of market manipulation tactics used by hedgies so far, as documented by PhDs, professors, CEOs, and people that are generally a little bit smarter than perhaps the average ape. So make sure to go to user Golden D9 in the description, give them a big upvote, and watch until the end. Because even though we have the dips, we will outlive them through the rips as well. Here we go. As shills and FUD, which stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt, posts continue to attack apes on their personal decision to hold GME shares, they feel it's necessary to create a central hub displaying every market manipulation tactic used by hedge funds in this GameStop saga so far. To be absolutely honest, the mere fact that there are shills that care so much about the people's personal financial decisions to basically prove that GameStop situation is not over. That being said, they understand that people are suspicious of our superstar and that actions of certain members in the subreddit is definitely not helping. Now, that said, you have to be able to give a little bit of the value beforehand. So that's why I want to show you guys the misinformation going around, starting from not, I don't want to throw Carlos under the bus, but it does, he has come out with the statement that there is a new SEC filing that is going to give them more time to suspend dark pools trading. We have Mr. Whistleblower from an ex-Citadel employee, Dave Lauer, coming out straight up and saying, actually, it has nothing to do with dark pools and has nothing to do with suspending trading in any way. It's just the New York Stock Exchange wanting to charge more money for market data feeds. So there is a scientific process of peer review. That's why we have to be able to understand, right? There's some value right there. Wow, right there for your day, right? If you guys have been waiting on that SEC filing, it is not going to be about dark pool trading. Okay, so let's continue onward. This compilation will start with the overall thesis of naked short selling and the influence of the DTCC, and then go in a somewhat chronological order of the discovered tactics. So number one, Naked Short and Greedy, right? This is the book by Dr. Suzanne Trimbath. I'll also have it linked down below. If you are interested in the impact of naked short selling on proxy voting, there's an article recommended by Dr. Trimbath during the Super Stonk AMA, and there it is right there for your perusal. And of course, the link to the AMA itself with Austin Tobit and Dr. T. If you want a fairly concise version of what naked short selling, here is a article published in the Journal of Trading by Robert Brooks and Clay M. Moffat. You should be able to finish this all in about 45 minutes. And if you guys wanted a even briefer explanation of naked short selling and the short selling saga, that's one of the very first videos that I have even uploaded on this channel. So just search Andrew Mo or Andrew Mo Money, short selling, naked short selling. What is the short squeeze? And I will explain it in the simplest terms possible. If you prefer to listen to a business CEO instead of an academic, here's a lecture recorded by the CEO of Overstock. If you prefer to watch documentaries instead, here's one there, right? So this is just a compilation of every single piece of the naked short selling story. DTCC, if you want to know about the DTCC, and how you don't actually own the stocks that you have, there's a paper written by Professor David C. Donald. And of course, this is a continuation of the House of Cards DD of understanding why the DTCC has one company within it, one arm of the DTCC that has basically every GME share and every AMC share you'll ever own and trade. That is part of the exclusive House of Cards interview with Austin Tobit. You can find that on this channel as well. Short ladder attacks, aka wash trades. One of the first uncovered tactics used by hedge funds are short ladder attacks. For months, shills have claimed that short ladder attacks do not exist and are created by Wall Street bet conspiracy theorists. Turns out we simply got the name wrong. They're actually called wash trades. The only reason they added allegedly is because wash trades are in fact very illegal. And we can take a look at wash trading on Investopedia for gosh sakes, just an easy way to be able to fully understand it. And of course, Dave Lauer confirming that wash trades could happen, right? The AMA from Dave Lauer. Shorting through ETFs, right? So shills are quick to jump in and say they're using old data when it comes to GME short interest, but what if they're not shorting GME directly, but indirectly through ETFs that contain GME? What if hedgies have gone so desperate they're shorting the entire Russell 2000? This is very old, as in a month ago we were covering the Russell 2000, right? An entire basket of stocks being hurt just to hurt the GME inside, right? So we are now looking at a extensive overview of not only being able to hurt one stock in a vacuum, but also hurting multiple different stocks as just a side casualty because we want to be able to hurt GME, and it's okay if a couple of eggs get cracked on the side. More about ETF shorting, hiding, resetting FTDs and deep in the money options, right? We covered this a few weeks ago as well. More technical theory that claims market makers are hiding, resetting FTDs through deep in the money option. Personally, they're not an options expert, so they haven't been following their theory very closely, but we have covered entire DDs on married puts, as well as why there are so many deep in the money calls. And this essentially takes the FTDs, resets the time, and continues on the clock, maxing out one credit card for another Citadel and Melvin trading the FTDs. I cover it visually as well on this channel. And then buying shares in dark pools and selling them in the open market. This theory suggests that moneymakers and hedge funds allegedly buy shares in dark pools like FADF and then sell them on the open market, thus suppressing the price of GameStop. This provides evidence that can be found in this Reddit post. And Dennis Keller, CEO of the nonprofit group Better Markets, risks his reputation to file an amicus brief against Citadel. You can find it here. So this is essentially taking the DD from a Redditor, right? Someone who isn't a PhD, a person that has a good reputation with the market manipulation tactics at hand, and then backing it up with one of the people that has come on and done an AMA on Reddit. Some real PhDs, professors, CEOs of these companies here. Payment for order flow. Oh my God, PFOF. They covered payment for order flow, PFOF, during the congressional hearing to ad nauseum, essentially. So let's see, testimony from Dennis Keller, of course, about payment for order flow, and then some bonus material where Jim Cramer explains the basics of stock market manipulation. We covered that on a DD as well. Essentially, this is a compilation, a collage of every single beautiful hedge fund hit, right? The oldies, the classics, every single piece of how to hurt GME downward. So if you guys don't trust the process, just understand that GME is currently in the wake of a large ship looming over it, and that large ship is just how the markets run. Based on large amounts of rehypothecated debt, based upon a lot of the democratic processes of buying and selling being forced onto the dark pools, and then finally being stuck at the bag holder stage by just not having enough financial education. This is what we're all about here on this channel. I thank you guys for reaching this part of the video. Once again, check out that link in the description for all of those links and more. Thanks to that user, and thanks to these people, the Moon Platoon, Gorillionaire, and the Meatball the Space Legend tiers, for helping this show exist. Thank you guys so much for being you. Let us know in the comments if you like the format of this video and you want to see some other topics. This is the best way to reach out and help the algorithm. Let's see how many likes we can get to it. Let's try to get up to 1,200 likes on this video. If it's not quite there yet, shout out which like you are in the comments down below, and we will see you in the money. Peace.